Laura Tragi, and I'm Veronica's mom.
I'm Lauren Evans, Veronica's cousin.
I'm Shirley Spreitzer, Veronica's grandmother.
I'm Faith Evans, Veronica's aunt.
And I'm Veronica. Here are my note cards. According to Jessica Bennett of Time magazine, after the first fraternity was established in 1825, all except 4 U.S. presidents and vice presidents have been members, and about 80% of the executives of the top 500 corporations in America have been fraternity members at some point in their lives. With its meticulously documented past in mind, in which these organizations produce successful leaders and form strong brother-like bonds, it's difficult to even fathom the idea that fraternities should possibly be banned. There's a dark side to fraternities as well, however, both past and present, that might make people question whether brotherhood is worth it. My goal today is to shed some light on that dark side and to present you with the only realistic solution to the problem that is rocking the nation. Although fraternities have a long history rooted in tradition, their few benefits are outweighed by the dangers they present to their members and fellow students. With that being said, it may be in the best interest of colleges everywhere to ban fraternities completely. One of the most recent controversies fraternities have been under fire from the media about is their continuous perpetuation of racism. Aside from persistently yet covertly continuing to try to segregate their members, fraternities have been involved in more blatant acts of racism as well. By now, most people have seen the infamous video of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon members from the University of Oklahoma chanting, "There will never be an N-word at SAE. You can hang him from a tree, but he can never sign with me." This video caused an uproar, and rightfully so. But there are so many other instances that don't get the media attention that they deserve, that would show society to what extent racism is a problem among fraternities. John Sutter, in his CNN article on the subject, lists multiple incidents from different fraternities across the country. Vandalizing student halls dedicated to campus diversity, theme parties in which members mock everything from Mexican culture, wearing sombreros and fake mustaches, to Martin Luther King Jr., dressing in blackface, and even tying a noose and a Confederate flag around a statue of a college's first black student. Now, one would think that these incidents would have happened 40 to 50 years ago. Surely these things couldn't still be happening in the 2010s, right? Unfortunately, all of these happened within the past 3 years, and these are only a few out of the dozens that are documented and the hundreds that go on today unacknowledged. Is it truly brotherhood if it only includes certain people and ridicules those they don't deem worthy to join? It's important to question if these organizations benefit everyone or just those privileged enough to avoid discrimination. By supporting fraternities and refusing to see them as anything except honored institutions, society may be allowing racism to persevere even more than it already has been. This problem is bad enough. However, for the most part, no one is being physically harmed by these incidents. Unfortunately for college fraternities, this is not where their list of issues ends. According to Peggy Sanday's book, Fraternity Gang Rape, Sex, Brotherhood, and Privilege on Campus, about 50 to 70% of rapes reported each year are acquaintance or date rapes, which are rapes by a person known by the victim. College fraternity members contribute largely to that statistics, in the sense that the parties they host are seen as opportunities to get the female guests drunk and work a yes out of them. Angela Crone corroborates this statement in her article, Fraternity Culture Linked to College Sexual Assault Problem. Experts and Greek insiders agree that a competitive, testosterone-driven environment fueled by alcohol and casual sex is part of fraternity's sexual assault problem. So are the large-scale parties at fraternity houses, which can be ideal surroundings for predatory behavior. According to numerous authors, date rapes at fraternity parties are just a common occurrence, something they pretend doesn't exist and pray doesn't happen to them. Sadly, not everyone is so lucky to be able to just shrug their shoulders and avert their eyes. Women who attend fraternity parties are 75% more likely than other college students to be raped. and statistics say that 1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted in their 4 years away at university. This raises a crucial question. Is it appropriate to sacrifice the well-being and safety of thousands of collegiate women in the name of preserving community and tradition? Many would sensibly say no. Fraternity's wild lifestyle and the boys will be boys mentality that college administrations address them with have what may be the biggest effect on the members themselves. According to StopHazing.org, hazing is any activity expected of someone joining a group that humiliates, degrades, abuses, or endangers them, regardless of a person's willingness to participate. It is illegal in 44 states. Although hazing is considered a crime in 44 out of the 50 states, that doesn't seem to be stopping college fraternities from participating in these dangerous rituals, and dozens of cases are reported every year. The CBS News website lists just a few of these cases that occurred in 2015, including the Alpha Tau Omega fraternity at the Indiana University Bloomington, that was closed down after a video surfaced of a sexual assault hazing, as well as a case in which 6 Rutgers University students were arrested for paddling and control of food intake as part of a hazing ritual. In 2012, former Dartmouth fraternity member Andrew Losey contacted Rolling Stone magazine in order to speak out against his fraternity brothers and the suffering they put him through. According to Losey, the brothers, in the name of loyalty, started beating the pledges and locked them in dog crates. At one point, the recruits were locked in a basement without food, water, or bathrooms, and others were forced to swim in kiddie pools filled with the urine, feces, vomit, and semen of their fraternity brothers. After weeks of these shameful and disgusting rituals, Losey had finally had enough, and he left the fraternity. Why do these smart, decent men, students at an Ivy League college no less, feel the need to act so cruelly to those who are supposed to be their brothers? Why do people like Andrew Losey need to debase themselves in order to feel like part of a group? Well, these are both good questions. The real question that must be asked is why society allows this to continue. While it's true that many fraternities are closed down after these incidents surface, it's imperative to consider banning them completely before any more cases can occur, before anyone else can be degraded and tortured in a way that no human being ever should, or worse. On the CBS News website, 8 out of the 12 hazing incidents listed involved deaths caused by alcohol poisoning. This is an alarming number, and it's a very small portion of the hazing crimes that occur every year. College fraternities present all of these dangers, and yet many people still argue that they should be preserved and honored rather than banned. Peter Jacobs defends fraternities in his article for the Business Insider website, claiming that these organizations are becoming more diverse every day, and they even include their fellow, as he puts it, gay bros. As nice as it would be for this to be true of all colleges, even a simple Google search can provide more than enough evidence proving otherwise. Jacobs then claims that not only do fraternities contribute greatly to the academic well-being of their members, but they also provide for them a supportive community. He cites a study held at the University of Nebraska that found that students that had entered the Greek system had larger support systems and more friends than those who chose not to. This can impact a student by preventing feelings of loneliness. Many people have the same mindset as Peter Jacobs and believe that only the fraternities whose wrongdoings are highlighted by the media should be punished. Others, such as Peggy Sanday and Angela Carone, however, make it clear that a slap on the wrist is not nearly enough to stop the epidemic of dangers produced by these powerful institutions. In her book, Sanday emphasizes time and time again that the environment created by fraternity parties contributes greatly to the rate of date rapes that occur every year. Carone quotes Jeff Buchholz, co-founder of We End Violence, who emphasizes there are many, many fraternities across this country where the recruitment process and the idea of what the fraternity provides is access to brotherhood and camaraderie, centered around partying, and really access to women and sex. We are clearly unable to pick and choose which are the bad seeds in the orchard of Greek life, as they all contribute to the problem. While it's true that fraternities are helpful in both the academic and social lives of college students, they can also cause irreparable harm to those very same students. It's time for society to realize that the problems they cause may outweigh the good they do. They contribute to the racism that plagues today's society, and they endanger college men and women through repeated incidents of acquaintance rape and hazing. I encourage you to think of your sons, your daughters, brothers, sisters, even your friends who are or will soon be facing these dangers. Ask yourself one question. Is tradition worth the lives of those I love?